Did you know that when you turn 70, your family might not always be the support system you can rely on? As we age, we often find that the love and companionship of our children and grandchildren, while invaluable, may not be enough to keep us standing strong and independent. So what truly helps us stay resilient as we grow older? Let's explore the 5 pillars of support that are often far more reliable than family. These pillars provide the foundation that allows us to navigate the challenges of aging with strength and purpose. Let me introduce you to Mrs. Eleanor, a wise 72-year-old woman who spent much of her life surrounded by her children and grandchildren. For years, her family was her rock, always there to offer love, support, and companionship. However, as the years passed, Eleanor began to notice a shift. Her children became busy with their own lives, and the demands of her health and well-being were sometimes overlooked. Eleanor soon realized that while family is important, it's not the only thing that can sustain us in our later years. Through her journey, she discovered 5 powerful pillars of support that became her true foundation, stronger than any family bond. These pillars not only gave her the strength to face life's challenges, but also helped her live independently and with purpose. Let's take a closer look at the 5 sources of support that will carry you through your golden years. Pillar number 1. Mental and emotional health. Let me share the story of Mr. James, a 75-year-old widower who faced one of the most difficult times in his life when his wife, Margaret, passed away. They had been married for over 50 years, and their bond was inseparable. But after her passing, Mr. James found himself overwhelmed with a deep sense of emptiness. His children, who lived in different cities, were busy with their own families and careers, leaving him to cope with his loss largely on his own. At first, it was a difficult time. Mr. James struggled to find his footing and felt isolated in his grief. But one day, after hearing a friend talk about the benefits of meditation, he decided to give it a try. He started with just 10 minutes each morning, sitting in his favorite chair by the window, breathing deeply, and focusing on the present moment. It wasn't easy at first. His mind wandered to the pain of his loss, and it felt almost impossible to quiet his thoughts. But over time, Mr. James discovered a sense of calm that had been missing from his life. He began to feel more grounded, and the act of slowing down and being still helped him process his grief in a healthier way. His meditation practice soon became a daily ritual. He also added journaling to help articulate his thoughts and emotions. As Mr. James continued, he realized something important. His emotional well-being didn't solely depend on the presence of family or friends. His inner peace, resilience, and strength were within his own control. Despite the busyness of his children's lives, he found the strength to cope with his loneliness and sadness, using his practice to stay emotionally balanced. Mr. James's story highlights the profound power of mental and emotional health as we age. It's easy to feel disconnected, especially when family members aren't around as much as they once were. But cultivating mental resilience through practices like meditation, journaling, or even self-reflection can make a world of difference. It's not about avoiding the tough emotions that come with aging, grief, or loss. It's about building the mental strength to face them head-on, with self-compassion and patience. In addition to these practices, focusing on positive thinking is essential. It's easy to get caught up in the negativity that sometimes accompanies aging, physical changes, loss, or isolation. But shifting our mindset towards gratitude and self-compassion can significantly affect how we experience these years. It's about choosing to see the beauty in the small moments, savoring a cup of tea, appreciating the quiet of a sunset, or simply being present in the here and now. Mr. James's journey teaches us that emotional strength often comes from within, not from external sources. By nurturing a mindset that supports our mental and emotional health, we equip ourselves with the tools to face life's inevitable challenges. Just like Mr. James, you too can find peace within yourself, no matter what life throws your way. Pillar number 2. Financial stability and independence. Meet Mrs. Agnes, an 80-year-old woman who has lived a life of independence and self-sufficiency for over 40 years. As a school teacher, she dedicated her career to shaping the minds of young students, all while practicing financial discipline. Throughout her life, she was always careful with her finances, prioritizing savings and living within her means. Even as her children moved to different cities and started their own families, Mrs. Agnes never felt the weight of financial dependence. She knew that her ability to live independently came from the financial habits she had established long before retirement. By the time Mrs. Agnes reached her 80s, she had built a solid nest egg, thanks to decades of smart saving, modest living, and wise investment choices. She had taken the time early on to plan for her retirement, contributing to her pension, 401k, and a mix of low-risk investments. When the time came to retire, Mrs. Agnes didn't have to rely on her children for financial support, even though they would have been happy to help. Instead, she was able to live comfortably in her own home, traveling when she wanted, and maintaining a lifestyle that gave her the freedom and dignity she cherished. Mrs. Agnes's story perfectly illustrates the importance of financial stability in old age. No matter how much we care about our family, we all want to feel secure and in control as we grow older. The reality is that family members often have their own responsibilities, and while they may offer support, financial reliance can place a strain on both sides. Having a solid financial foundation means you can continue living life on your terms, without feeling like you're a burden on others. This is why it's crucial to develop a sound financial plan for retirement. One that includes savings, investments, and budgeting for the future. Planning for your retirement doesn't start when you retire. It begins much earlier. Even if you're just starting out, it's never too late to begin saving. The more you invest in your financial future, the more secure you will feel as you age. This could mean contributing to retirement accounts like IRAs, paying off debt, or building an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses. Financial security is not just about having enough to pay the bills. It's about having the freedom to make choices and enjoy life without the stress of financial worries. When you're not preoccupied with money, you have the mental space to focus on what truly matters. Maintaining your health, nurturing relationships, and pursuing hobbies and interests. This is exactly what Mrs. Agnes enjoys every day. Knowing that she's built a future where she is self-reliant and free from financial stress. In the end, financial independence acts as a powerful pillar of support in old age. It offers not just comfort, but the ability to live life with dignity and peace of mind, knowing that you are in control and not dependent on others. Just like Mrs. Agnes, you too can build a future where you don't have to worry about asking for help. You can simply enjoy the fruits of your hard work. Pillar number 3, health and physical wellness. Let me tell you the story of Mr. George, a 70-year-old retired engineer who has made staying active a central part of his daily life for as long as he can remember. Mr. George has always believed that the key to maintaining independence in old age lies in preserving good health. Even though his children live far away and aren't around every day, he never feels the need for constant assistance. Instead, he relies on his own strength and energy, which he nurtures through a consistent fitness routine. Every morning, Mr. George starts his day with stretching exercises that help him maintain flexibility, followed by a brisk walk around his neighborhood. He's always enjoyed walking, but in his later years, it has become even more important to him. Not only does it help him stay physically fit, but it also clears his mind, allowing him to start his day feeling energized and mentally sharp. In addition to his walks, Mr. George regularly practices light strength training and follows a balanced diet that supports his overall well-being. He's learned that by staying active, he can reduce his risk of chronic health problems and maintain his independence, even as the years pass. Mr. George's story is a powerful reminder that physical wellness is a cornerstone of a fulfilling life in old age. While it's easy to feel like we might need constant help as we get older, the truth is that we can reduce our reliance on others by taking charge of our physical health. By staying active and keeping our bodies in good condition, we can continue to do the things we love without needing daily support. The more we prioritize fitness, the less we have to depend on our family members for basic activities like moving around, getting dressed, or even managing daily tasks. Adopting a healthy lifestyle isn't just about preventing illness. It's about ensuring that we can live independently for as long as possible. Regular exercise can help reduce the risk of falls, improve balance, and maintain strength. Crucial elements for staying independent as we age. Even simple activities like stretching, walking, or swimming can make a huge difference in the way we feel and move. And even if you're not able to do intense workouts, every small step counts when it comes to maintaining physical wellness. By taking care of our bodies, we also reduce the burden on others. When we stay fit, we're less likely to become a source of stress or concern for our family members, who may already be stretched thin with their own responsibilities. Instead of asking for help with everyday tasks, we can continue to contribute to our own care and well-being, giving us the freedom to live life on our own terms. Mr. George's commitment to his health shows us that staying active can have a profound impact on our ability to live independently. By nurturing our bodies, we set ourselves up for a healthier, more fulfilling future, one where we don't have to rely on others for our physical needs. So let's embrace the power of movement and take charge of our health. It's one of the best ways to build a foundation of strength, vitality, and independence as we grow older. Pillar number 4, social connection and community. Let me introduce you to Mrs. Clara, a vibrant 76-year-old woman who knows the power of staying connected. Clara. Despite her children living far away, Mrs. Clara never felt alone or isolated. After retiring, she decided to join a local book club and a volunteer group. She had always been an avid reader, so the book club was a natural fit, and the chance to give back through volunteering brought her a deep sense of purpose. These two activities transformed her life, giving her a sense of belonging and creating lasting bonds within her community. Mrs. Clara quickly became a cherished member of both groups. At the book club, she found herself surrounded by people who shared her love for literature, and their lively discussions gave her an intellectual outlet. Through her volunteer work, she met others who were equally passionate about making a difference. Together, they worked on community projects like organizing charity drives and helping local schools, which filled Mrs. Clara with pride and joy. As time went on, these relationships blossomed into genuine friendships. Soon, she had a group of people who became her support system in every sense of the word. The friendships Mrs. Clara cultivated provided her with more than just companionship. They also offered emotional, social, and even practical support. When Mrs. Clara needed help with a minor home repair, one of her book club friends was always there to lend a hand. When she was feeling down, her volunteer group would check in, offering words of encouragement and a listening ear. These connections ensured that Mrs. Clara never felt truly alone. Even though her family was far away, her community stepped in to provide the support that no single family member could have been there for all the time. Mrs. Clara's story highlights the vital importance of building a strong social network, especially as we age. While family is important, we can't rely solely on them for all our emotional and practical needs. Getting involved in local activities like joining clubs, volunteering, or participating in community events allows us to build meaningful connections with others. These relationships not only enrich our lives, but also provide a reliable support system when times get tough. Being part of a community doesn't just mean having someone to talk to. It also offers opportunities for personal growth, a sense of belonging, and the chance to contribute. As we grow older, the more we invest in our social networks, the stronger our sense of purpose and fulfillment will be. Community can provide emotional comfort, practical help, and the joy of shared experiences, making it one of the most powerful pillars of support in our later years. Mrs. Clara's life is a shining example of how we can foster a sense of belonging and security by engaging with the world around us. No matter where your family lives, building strong, supportive relationships in your community can ensure that you always have someone by your side, ready to offer help and friendship when you need it most. So take the time to get involved, make new connections, and let the community become a vital part of your support system as you grow older. Pillar number 5. Personal purpose and legacy. Meet Mr. Harold, a 79-year-old man who discovered his true calling later in life. After retiring from a long career in accounting, he found a hidden passion for painting. What began as a simple hobby to pass the time soon became a profound source of purpose. Mr. Harold spent hours in his studio experimenting with colors and techniques, and his artwork quickly became a source of immense pride. But it didn't stop there. He realized that the joy he experienced from painting was even greater when he could share it with others. So he started teaching painting classes to his friends and neighbors, offering lessons in his home. His desire to leave a legacy of creativity and mentorship brought him immense fulfillment, and it was clear to everyone around him that his spirit had never been younger. Through his classes, Mr. Harold not only nurtured his own personal growth, but also inspired others to discover their artistic talents. His students, some much younger and some his age, looked up to him not only for his skill but for the joy and passion he brought to everything he did. The knowledge that he was passing something meaningful down to others made him feel deeply connected to the world around him. His paintings weren't just works of art, they were expressions of his life's journey, and the lessons he shared with his students created a lasting impact. It was a true legacy of creativity and mentorship. Mr. Harold's story illustrates the immense power of having a personal purpose, no matter your age. When we have something that gives our lives meaning, it sharpens our focus and keeps our minds active. Whether it's through a hobby, mentoring others, or creating a legacy of any kind, finding purpose is vital to our well-being in later years. Having something to look forward to every day can prevent feelings of isolation or purposelessness, which can lead to mental and emotional decline. The act of creating a legacy also helps keep a senior's mind sharp. Whether you're writing a book, creating art, volunteering, or sharing your life experiences with younger generations, contributing to the world in a meaningful way promotes a sense of vitality and growth. It's not about the grandness of the legacy, it's about having something that makes you feel needed and connected. This kind of purpose nurtures mental health, boosts self-esteem, and keeps you engaged with life. Mr. Harold's late life journey reminds us that it's never too late to find new passions or to leave behind a legacy that reflects who we are. In fact, it's often when we embrace personal purpose that we feel the most fulfilled and vibrant as we grow older. Staying engaged in something we care about helps us maintain a sense of joy, purpose, and connection. By mentoring others, sharing our skills, or simply pursuing our own creative endeavors, we ensure that our legacy lives on, not just in the things we leave behind, but in the lives we touch along the way. So whatever your passion may be, take the time to cultivate it. Find that personal purpose that excites and motivates you each day. Just like Mr. Harold, you'll find that this sense of purpose keeps your spirit youthful, your mind sharp, and helps you create a meaningful legacy that brings joy to yourself and those around you. As we've seen today, the 5 pillars of mental health, financial stability, physical wellness, community connection, and personal purpose can provide the true support we need as we grow older, often even more reliable than family. By embracing these pillars, we can create a life full of meaning, joy, and independence. Remember, it's never too late to build the life you want, no matter your age. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with these pillars? Drop a 9 in the comments if you believe these pillars are key to living a fulfilling life, or a 0 if you think something else should be. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might benefit from these insights. Take care, and see you in the next video.